it is.
Like, listen to this part right now. I don't know. Maybe a part of this, and it might sound crazy, but maybe a part of this is me being a Future fan. So I'm more accustomed to hearing the pain through the turn up.
Okay. That's another thing. This song could be on the radio. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It will be. I remember that.
Right. That's all it is in life.
Point people to the Future album Purple Rain all the time when I'm having this conversation. Duh!
Hey yo, Under the Mattress is my song, yo. That's my shit.
Yeah. Man, he has a song on Purple Rain where he's, I can hear the turkeys cold.
Oh yeah, that joy. Yep.
You can hear the turkeys calling? Go to rehab.
Does
you said who? Oh, Toby Louise. Okay. We Cry Together, extremely triggering for me.
Oh yeah. Like I understand. Like to me, that's like a Malcolm and Marie type of song. Like.
Yeah. Okay, so for that song specifically, can you understand why that's triggering for me? Yeah. Yeah.
It's nothing that bothers me. I can just resonate with pretty much almost everything you say. You know what I mean?
When I say bother, okay. That's really. Yeah. We'll see where it is. Silent Hill either.
Oh no, Silent Hill. That joint is hot too, yo. Kodak killed that.
Man, I've been trying to tell people for years that Kodak can really rap, like people in our generation.
Yeah.
He just doesn't do it very often. Like,
Okay, we need to talk about the savings I just got at Kohl's. Since the weather's getting warmer, I picked up some new tops for just $21.99, found shorts for $19.99, and got a pair of sandals for just $17. Oh, and on top of those already amazing deals, you can get an extra 15% off or even more with the Kohl's card. So yeah, if you're looking for more style and more savings, do yourself a favor and head to Kohl's. Select styles, 15% off ends May 15th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Nobody does it quite like you. No, 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 nobody does it quite like you. Nobody does it.
Coughing, sniffling, congested. At CVS, we know that when you're not feeling well, relief is the only thing that matters. Get support for your symptoms and more from CVS. Save on relief support today. Restrictions apply. See cvs.com/weekly ad for details.
Oh, Terrence is here. Yo, bro.
Yeah, my fault, guys. A lot going on the past couple weeks.
Hey, man, I'm trying to come over, do some archery, bro.
Yes.
Sounds like no. Hey,
He has an
Michelle.
archery range? What's up, Michelle? What's up, Saeed?
Yeah, it's really cool. He set up in the backyard.
Oh, that's dope.
Nice.
Same. I used to love art.
Oh, wow. Okay. 2 archers right here.
Yeah, man.
2.5. I was a good shot, but I always scraped my forearm.
My
so
fault.
wasn't
My
long
fault.
for it.
What did you say? I just had a call as soon as you started talking, bro.
Oh, try and come by and do some archery soon, bro.
Do what?
Shoot some arrows.
Oh yeah, bro. Anytime. Yeah, bro. It's a nice little pastime. We just don't be climbing rooftops.
Why don't tigers wear clothes? It's not a joke. I just said, why don't tigers wear clothes?
Mm-hmm. You're engaging, bro. You're going too far.
You said, why don't tigers wear clothes?
Oh, Chris, no.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that there could be a dad joke at the end of this that I might appreciate that y'all wouldn't. Ah, okay. I missed the entrance. Come sprinting to the ring like it's a real.
We almost watched a Cosmic Sin level movie yesterday, but it ended up redeeming itself in the end.
No. It was.
Wait, no. Yeah, and
Sixth
he's been
Sense,
making bullshit
Unbreakable.
ever since.
Sixth Sense, Unbreakable. Can't forget Unbreakable.
Unbreakable, yeah.
That was really good too. Yeah.
Oh, we gotta wait till he gets Bruce Willis.
Village was one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
I like The Village.
What?
I don't have any Bruce Willis.
I was kind of upset with The Village, but I actually liked it overall. So I'm with Saeed. And I can't believe I'm agreeing with Saeed.
Such a garbage film.
But
It's
Random
been,
Man,
it's been a long
not a
weekend.
bad movie. Long story short.
They had one of the kids ended up having a baby, and the baby died in like 4 minutes.
Hmm?
That's because it was like
Because
3 months in real life.
Yo, he found a way to make a 5-year-old and a 6-year-old have sex and have a baby together.
That's disgusting. I saw that in the trailer and I was confused as to how their daughter randomly
That
got
shit
pregnant.
was weird. I was like, yo, come on, bro. You didn't do this shit at all.
What the hell are y'all talking about?
movie old.
Hey,
Well, their minds do progress, but they don't
And
understand
eventually
why.
they progress. At first they don't, but then they do.
Right. Like the scene they were saying, yeah, I feel different than I used to. They're laying there next to each other, and then cut scene, and they come walking off the beach.
ew. That's unnecessary.
Yeah.
Right.
That okay.
But
Yo,
they were like
Jenna.
teenagers
Jenna.
at that point in their bodies. Hey, Nishawn.
Mm.
They couldn't.
Yeah.
They couldn't. Yeah. It was surrounded by some.
No. 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 Make them watch.
What?
It was great. Jenna didn't hate it.
Wait, so why didn't they leave?
The private beach was surrounded by some magnetic mineral that made you pretty much faint if you got too close to it or something. Like if you went too far, If you try to
So how-
climb out or swim away or go through
How'd they
the
get
cave,
there?
They didn't have a book.
How'd they get there? They airdropped in?
oh, they were at a resort and one of the waiters was like, "Yeah, we got this private island that we only tell certain guests about. You'd be great for it."
Private meet.
Oh
Oh,
dang!
somebody walking up to our door.
Target.
Oh, I'm like, fuck is that?
Yeah, when I saw the lights come up the driveway, I was like, "Oh!"
So yeah, they drive them into like this Jurassic Park looking gate, drop
Yeah.
them off with a shit ton of food, and they're like, "Whoa, there's a lot of food," and they're like, "Kids eat a lot."
They're like, you're gonna need it.
Yeah.
Dang. So did they ever say why they how they selected the guest or?
No, of course not. It's M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh,
No, they did, Chris. They chose people with
Oh yeah, who were already sick. Yeah.
because what the island was, since it aged, they could pretty much test vaccines and stuff like that they generated within a year.
oh
So it's a
wow.
pharmaceutical company that owned it, and they were pretty much testing things on people and coming up with cures, and they were justifying. It was like a Tuskegee experiment, damn near. They were justifying it because they
wow.
could help the world and so many people.
Yeah.
And certain, few people went through hell.
Oh wow.
It was. Because, like, one lady went like 8 hours on the island without having a seizure, which was really like 20 years or something. So they're like, oh, our seizure medication is working.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and then when she finally did have the seizure, it was a super seizure. They called her.
Brian,
and
you
she
sure you don't
had
want to watch it?
Yeah, listen, it does feel like it has like it'll get you. All right, so if we're taking the last 30 minutes, the first 20 minutes of it is almost enough to sway you back around, and then the last 10 minutes happen, and you're like, man, fuck this. He is chaotic evil.
That's perfect.
So we're still flying through the air. Okay. All right. Wait.
So did X give me that stuff? Because I know he also gave him something else for me, but I assumed he just didn't give me any of it.
I think I gave it to her. If I, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Did he give me the other thing Theron had given him? There's like a dagger or something like specifically for me.
I just remember the key blockers.
It was something because he was like, "Oh, I was planning to give this to her." Blah blah blah. He was
Oh
like,
no, I think that was when he gave X the key blockers because X was talking about looking at some daggers to give to the group. No, you might
right.
be right.
But then he said he had one specifically for
You might
me.
be right. You might be right.
Okay. Okay. Got you. Okay. Okay. Cool.
Don't
Is
worry.
there
X isn't trying
is
to
there
hide
any
your treasure from you. Your weaponry.
descriptions?
What'd you say? You said you're not trying to hide it.
No, he's not petty to that.
Is there a description
I don't know, man. He was
for
feeling
the key
real petty,
blocker
so.
somewhere?
But cool, cool, cool.
Okay. Let's see.
Correct.
Ain't no mountain high enough.
Yep.
Yeah. Just wanted you to know how I feel.
Oh,
Hey.
Assad says, "Hey, that's my favorite song. Thank you."
Who's down?
To both of them.
It's his favorite song, The Mountains. I like that.
Right. There you got it. Thanks.
This when whenever I finish this all up, we definitely have to link back up and do this again. Oh, you let me know whenever you get leave. Well, I guess we'll stay in contact. Yeah.
The talk to the dreadnought. Mm-hmm. Uh, no. I said good morning. I'm okay. So Laura has like her coffee in her hand, so she just like sits down near him and starts drinking it. Question for you: how did you meet Theron? Like a child? No, no. I mean, an actual. Was he an actual child, or was he still just youthful in his adult age? Okay. Oh yeah. Mhm. Uh, Oh, and he's just been around ever since. So, did he just like stay on the ship after you put in the work, or like how did the? Oh, oh yeah. Okay. Interesting. Did they come around the same time, or was this? Oh, so like actually together, or just around the same time? No. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh boy. Mm. Okay. So, how did you decide he should be my mm, whatever term we come up with, guardian elf? We'll say for now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My that thing. But how do you choose him specifically? Wait, wait. Why do you choose Alir for? Interesting. How do you choose them for whom? Like for the two of us?
I'm
No, I
sorry.
think about
One second. My mic wasn't recording, so that's fun. But that's fine.
it. Oh,
Um, let me double. Yeah. Okay, it's working now. Well, she was supposed to be next in line, and Aaliyah has a very different personality than Theron. He is, how do I say? He has no issue openly disrespecting your mother. He has no issue disrespecting your grandmother. He loves his opinion, and he will stick to it if he thinks he is right. But he also knows how not to get killed. They're all very important skills that I needed to be there early.
oh, okay.
And at the time, I was not ready to part with Theron's services.
Got it.
Why are you so interested in Theron today? Have you all started talking again? I noticed you were being a bit standoff.
I was talking to Theron this whole time. He's busy. That's all.
Dreadnought kind of laughs. Yes, he was busy.
That's all.
He is home, it's a homecoming for him. A lot of people he hasn't seen, a lot of places. A familiarity to our old life.
How much do you know about his life before joining the ship?
Only what he has shared with me. And personally, I don't really care about people's past. For
Did
me, go ahead, my daughter.
Did he ever mention his childhood?
To a layer, I'm sure. You must understand, I am his captain. I fill a position in the fatherly figure, I believe. While we have had very long, personal, in-depth conversations, his childhood does not come up very much. I do not think he likes it. But I did see in him and in Alir a want to have had a childhood. That is also why I picked those two to relive their childhoods while raising my daughters.
Okay. Unrelated. Have you ever heard of the Black Order?
Let me roll a dice and see.
Of course he had.
It'd be shocking if he hadn't.
The religious zealots that go around killing people? I have heard of them, yes.
That's all you know of them?
They're not really religious. Well, no, that's not correct. The killers, they are. The organization at large, I do not think so. They are dangerous.
Okay. Hmm.
Is there something you is there information you wanted from me about Zip?
I was just curious if you knew of like any of their dealings, like maybe in false or anything. If you'd heard anything,
Not so
some
much.
pirates have a lot of interesting information.
Is that we do. But the assassins usually give pirates a pretty wide berth. We generally handle our own assassinations, our own. We don't hire out so much. It's very hard to sneak on a ship. It's very hard to kill someone on a ship and get away yourself. Generally, you need pirates to kill pirates, so they stick out a bit. I cannot say I know of their operations in Faust. If they do, that'd be more Hanali's thing.
Okay.
He drinks some more of his coffee. How are you, my daughter? Are you enjoying this downtime?
Not really, but it's fine.
Oh, what is wrong? Tell your father.
You see things differently from the air.
That is true. I've always loved the Vantage.
It's a different one for sure.
Give Theron, go easy on Theron, by the way. It's been a very long time for him to have been on a ship. He's been more comfortable on ships than on land his entire life. And this is a part of himself that I think he thought he was done with.
Oh. I wonder if he'd be willing to go back to it.
I do not think he'd ever leave your side.
He could think of it as like an extended vacation for a bit.
He puts his coffee down. Did something happen, my daughter?
No, I'm just thinking about things.
He gives a knowing nod and says, as you said, perspective on a ship does give you plenty of time to think. I do find life is quite complicated, but it is the people we keep around us that makes it simple. Or at least they can.
Okay. One more thing. If never mind, actually.
Well,
Okay.
now I'm fascinated. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right. I do need to start getting to my work.
Yep. Alright, so Laura gets up.
Yeah, he gets up,
has
gives
a
you
little air toast and
he air toast back. I will see you around this ship, my daughter.
yep. Happy sailing.
Okay. Where do you go from there?
I don't know. Sit on the deck, the thing, look at the sky.
Okay. So, what's everybody else up to?
Hey, O'Brien.
What's up?
So, I think we figured out how to deduce the actual star plasma into little itty bits.
Yes.
To spread it out.
Yes.
Have we decided, or me and my partner decided to figure out how to naturally duplicate it? I know you said it's not easy, but you did say it was impossible.
Correct. I did not say it was impossible. You have not yet cracked that that mystery. How much about the native star plasma are you willing to tell him? Because it is a resource of your home.
Native land.
Hmm?
Yeah, of what?
It is a resource of your home, and it's not a well-known one to
Right.
people outside of your home.
Right. It's like by bringing him to Wakanda.
Yeah. So are you telling him the whole of it, or are you like, this is Star Plasma, this is what it does, let's try to remake it? Like, are you saying like the main component is the moon?
My thing is, I don't mind telling him because
Okay.
you know what I mean. Because in and of itself, I'm a guy who likes to share the wealth of knowledge.
Yeah.
But I know that the knowledge will help my people as well. So
Okay.
I'm not opposed. Right. I'm not opposed to helping him. Come up with the knowledge on his own as well. So
Okay,
I wouldn't
cool.
tell him the whole hearted truth because I'm a prince. And I'm pretty sure I should know every single thing about my native land, even the secrets.
Yes, you do.
So yeah, I say, yo, I got, it's part moon. Have you heard anything or seen anything in the lands that I guess have that type of property or something like that?
Okay. Let me find his name again really quick. Pillwicken. So, Pillwicken it's Pillwicken. Mm-hmm. Pillwicken looks up and says, it's the moon. Oh. So maybe we could try to find some meteors who have crashed. There's many weapons have been made from moon rocks, or space rocks, or rocks that have fallen to Earth. Possibly, we could duplicate it with those and see what it does. I'm not sure the properties of the moon that allow for such a potion to be created in the first place. So, without a sample of the moon, I keep saying the moon. It's fascinating that you actually have possession of a piece of it. So, without being able to research it itself, we can try to play with some other elements that we know came from the sky. I don't have any on the ship, but one of the crew has a sword allegedly made from meteorite. If we could get that sword, potentially we could break that sword and we can see what we can make from it.
It sounds interesting enough. I think that's okay. Do you know the crew member personally? Do I have to go talk to him?
Let me see which one it's going to be real quick. It's the Warforged Metal Mouth. It's tricky because he doesn't care about material possessions, so you can't pay him for it. But he loves that sword for some reason, and I don't know why. So I don't know how easily you can get it from him.
You let me figure that one out.
Okay.
You can move on to somebody else. I'm like halfway distracted.
No, you're cool. You're cool. That's dope.
In the storyline.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so as the day progresses, anyone else have things they're doing?
Yes.
You got sleep as well.
What you got?
All right, so Assad wants to go up to the crew member that's working on the sail.
What do you mean? There's a couple of them who kind of bounce around. Are you looking for someone particular, or what are you trying to do?
No, just like trying to see like what he's working on, and just want to start a conversation with him.
Okay, so you go up to the front of the ship, and there is currently it's actually where Theron's hanging out, just talking to one of the other crewmates, and there is a ranger who is currently just double checking the extra supplies near the sail and working on essentially how best to keep it up and running when combat begins soon, or in a few days, I guess.
Okay. So I walk up to him, the ranger, and I ask him, "How's your day going?"
He looks up and he says, "As good as it can. Doing pretty good so far on the travel. And I like to make sure we are nice and prepped. I like to stay ready. How are you? How you doing? How you liking the ship?"
I like it. I like it a lot. Come to appreciate it over the last few days that we've been on it. I want to know. I wanted to just learn more about, like different parts of the ship. So I wanted to check out the sail because it was interesting. How does it, work, or how do you work them exactly and keep them up and running?
Well, it's a complicated, not complicated thing. I mean, the wind pushes them, we keep them up. We can turn them, we can half fold them, we can full fold them. A lot of steering is done by the wheel, of course, other side of the ship, but it's a simple, complicated thing. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I mean, and if you're open to sharing, some of that, I will definitely like how to learn, how it works in like, more detail.
Well, I gotta run checks on all of them today if you want to just tag along and help.
Yeah, that sounds great. I appreciate it. Yeah, let's do that.
All right, I'm CAD Man, by the way.
CAD Man?
That's me.
Okay. And I'm Assad. Nice to meet you.
All right. Grab that rope, and you and CAD Man will spend the day working on the sails, and you kind of getting your knowledge based on that.
Okay.
And there is a uniqueness to being able to having sails that double for both sea travel and sky travel. And you are learning. Actually, what you do learn is that the Warforged Metalmouth is using an ability to essentially keep the ship in a wind bubble, as it were, and that's why you all are not feeling any effects from the weather. The ship's not being pushed around by the wind at all.
Okay.
Because
What's
he is
his name?
currently...
You said Metalmouth?
Yes, Metalmouth, the one that's always in most times in the crow's nest in the middle of the ship. He is focusing on keeping the wind from affecting the ship, and that allows them to make better use of the winds that do come through, and to not have to worry about the drag, and to go as fast as you guys are currently going.
Oh, okay. So I learned all that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. That's good.
All right, but that is how your day is spent. Anything from you, Samson?
Yep, I kept getting cut off.
Oh.
I was always second to the party. Anyway, yeah, I want to cast sending to Arya to get an update on what's going on with Evanwood and their pursuit of the Red Dragon and the situation at the border.
Okay, so what are you saying you're sending, and where are you doing it from?
I'd like to go somewhere private.
That'd be your room. Well, you share your room with two other people. I don't think anyone's in there. Because Mir's doing his thing, and... Who's your other roommate?
Assad?
Assad is with Cadman, so you'll be by yourself in there.
Okay. So yeah, I cast sending to Arya. He says, how's it going? Then you have to check in on progress with the Red Dragon and how the defenses are going.
Hello, Samson. You can contact me on the mirror. I have it near me. Give me one moment.
Samson slaps himself on the forehead. Yeah, of course, the mirror.
Okay.
And then he picks up the mirror.
As you tune it into Arya, she says, thank you for not assuming I had it with me and casting sending first. I appreciate that.
Of course, just like we said.
Which it is.
Right.
Well, we are doing what we can. We are researching the best we can the ruins, as it's not something we usually care about. We are calling in most of the active military, just getting a general preparedness. Of course,
You need
speaking.
to do. Sorry, not to cut you off, Arya, but what you need to do, find who in Evanwood has a dragon scale.
A dragon scale?
A dragon scale.
I was unaware those were a thing outside of dragon-born scales, which are illegal to traffic in.
Yeah. No, there's actual dragon scales that work kind of like a network that you can see people with scales and dragons in their locations. Somebody in Evanwood has one. You need to find it.
Samson, that's very much like saying somebody in Evanwood has a diamond. I need to find it.
Yeah, if that diamond could unlock a dragon, you'd probably be on it, though. It's a needle in a haystack, I agree. But
A needle that's, if it's not an item that they would publicly speak about having, I don't really have a means to find it. I could ask we have all resources, but...
Exactly.
Don't just say exactly, Samson. I've never heard of this thing.
The resources need to work. You need to open up, because, okay, maybe there's things that these resources know outside of the scope of what they're allowed to talk about that could be useful here. So opening up the floor to something like this might get you a result you might not have expected.
What kind of people would I be looking at?
It's the types of circles that they would run in.
That's what I'm asking.
Someone like me.
That's not helpful.
Definitely a traveler. Okay, hold on. Let me mind vomit right now, but hopefully it gets somewhere to a point that it will make sense. So they would definitely be a traveler. They would definitely be in pursuit of something. They would be in communication with some outside person, or they would. Would you tell somebody as a dragon?
They would what?
No, Samson says to himself while he's talking in the mirror, how can you tell somebody has a dragon scale? Fuck. Fuck, you just have to have a dragon scale.
This is seeming very... So someone with one of these, would they be hiding it? Would they be using it? Would it be a resource for them? Like, am I looking for someone rich, someone poor?
Okay, hold on. Just let me think. I need to talk to one of my other crew members.
Is this something I should put Everard on? Everard runs in different circles than I do.
Oh, yes. For sure. If anybody can get a dragon scale for you in Evanwood, it's Everard.
Okay, I will see where he is. He doesn't stay in one place very long.
As a matter of fact, as soon as we get off of here, I'm going to message him.
All right, well, and so this...
Definitely follow him up, so he's going to think I'm bullshitting.
He might not, as we are on high alert, as there's a dragon approaching. So at the moment, all information is important information. But let us... I will shake what trees I can and see what comes up in my circles. I will have Everard do the same, and I will speak with our brothers to see what they know and what they can do on this. And Mother, she has a unique circle as well. We'll see what we can find, Samson. And this will help us find a dragon? What are the scales value again?
They're priceless.
I don't mean monetary. Why do we need them? Why are we putting our resources to them at this moment?
Because they are within themselves a resource. They can find dragons, and they can find everybody who can find dragons.
There we go. That's what I was double checking. Okay. Well, all right. I will see what I can turn up.
And should you get them, let me know. Might have a way to get you material that can block out the magic from it, so that you can keep it in your pocket under time.
Oh, that's fascinating. Okay.
After not here.
As you keep mentioning. Well, was there anything else, Samson?
Just, I just wanted to check in. There was nothing in particular.
Well, that was very important. So that was good. Thank you.
Yeah. If anything else comes up, I'll let you know. The mirror kind of stays on my person, so if you ever need me, just yell, and I'll probably be in. Period.
Understood. I will do so.
But please don't yell anything embarrassing.
Well, that's of course what I'm going to do, Samson.
Never said that, huh?
As long as we're on the same page, just make sure. I guess.
Be like a screamer from that play, Harry Potter.
Oh yes, from that awful playwright J.K. Rowling.
Beautiful work, though.
No, she's not in here. They're not in here. Fuck her.
Hey, fuck her, but Harry Potter is great.
Yeah, that's dope. They're not in here. I gave you guys Ricky the Bard, okay? And I've given you. But at any rate, she says, "I'll get the ball rolling on this, Samson."
Thank you.
Yeah, I will talk to you next time.
Samson puts away the mirror and casts sending to Everard.
Okay. What do you say to Everard?
Hey, you limp dick fuck, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm just making my rounds through your ex-girlfriends. They all like me more.
Hope you have the pharmacist with you. Anyways, I need you to find a dragon's scale. There's one in Everard. Somebody has one. Somebody's going for that dragon. You got to find that scale.
There's a pause. So, a dragon scale that can help you find a dragon? Is that what I'm trying to get here?
Yep. And they can find other people who can find dragons. Other people dragons.
Okay, where should I start? Evan was pretty big. What circle? My circles? The inscrupulables?
Sure. For sure. People who, I guess, who good-mannered folk will call heretics, who speak of legend of old and openly discuss the sorts.
Make sure you keep a track of your spell slots there, Samson.
Shit. I got 7 of them. I've done 4 so far.
Okay. He responds back, "Oh, that's fine. I know the type very well. They have great parties. That being said, okay, I can get started on this dragon scale. So you bring me the most interesting things."
Out here.
Samson Everwood out here.
Huh?
That's your business card. Just say Samson Everwood, then out here.
I'm out here.
Oh, so I'm out here, yeah. Any more messages for Everard?
Does Everard respond to that?
Oh, yeah. All you said was I'm out here. That's the whole message.
Yeah. That was number 5.
He says back. What did he say back? He is simply going to say back. You know, I heard that. Who was it from? Someone smaller, very boisterous, keeps saying it over and over again. I just can't put my finger on it. If I remember, I'll let you know.
Samson doesn't say anything back.
Okay. All right, cool. Any more messages?
No, not now.
Okay. So as the day progresses, I would say around, we will say, late afternoon. Sun is starting to go down. And Samson, as you're walking around the ship, just, being your usual outgoing self, talking to the crew, learning stories, that kind of thing that I assume Samson spends his days with. If he doesn't correct me, then I'll put you somewhere else.
No, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. You're up top, above deck, and you see, you can hear Metal Mind singing kind of lowly in the shallows from up in the crow's nest. He seems to just really be just in the groove. And and as he's in the shallows, you can kind of feel the wind picking up. You look around, and no one else seems to really notice it at first. And as he gets further and further in the song, his attention is getting more and more into enjoying the song and really getting in his feels. There's a gust of wind as the ship jolts as he loses focus on what he was doing. And I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as the ship is jolted a good 10 feet to the left with a giant gust of wind.
Everybody?
Samson, exclusively. As per the dice roll for today, this is happening to him. Most of the crew, they seem to be not prepared for Metal Mind's lapse, but steady enough and ready enough for these kind of things to happen that they are able to secure themselves very quickly. 4. Lovely.
Natural 1.
Actually, you know what? I need a dexterity saving, though, so you are lucky you get to re-roll this.
Ooh.
21.
21.
So, as the first jolt happens, it catches you mid-step, so one of your feet are off the deck. And the ship literally moves underneath you, and you kind of slide out on one foot, but you're able to catch yourself from the railing as you're leaning over, and you almost get knocked over. And you look, you're like...
Samson, as he's hanging on, says, I'm falling.
And as you say that and turn to look, you see a crate flying at you as one of the crew members was transporting this on deck when the jump happened. And it clips you, and off the side you go. What do you do? Immediately there's a yell of, overboard! Overboard!
I sing on my way down. I'm off the deep end. Watch as I dive in. Far from the shallows.
Okay, so you spend the first round of your fall singing as you plummet out the sky like a rock off of a plane. In the first round, you fall. Falling's tricky. In the first round, you're going to fall 80 feet. As the first 6 seconds of this fall go. Immediately, let me see who's at the helm. And everyone does feel the jolt of the ship. Assad, who was up working with Cadman, was already by ropes. You easily catch yourself. Most of the crew spends their time below deck. Salora, give me one as well, because I believe you will probably still be up top. On top of the Dreadnought's perch there. So a dexterity saving throw from Salora. I was looking for... Oh, Dreadnought's crew. Johar, the first mate, is at the helm, and he immediately pushes it forward and tilts it up, and allows the ship to nosedive. And immediately the ship just kind of tips up for a moment and begins spiraling down in an arc, trying to come down as fast as it can, but still keeping people to be able to stand, to create centrifugal force so that you can stand on the deck. And it is very, very quickly picking up speed. Salora, you are able, as you are jolted, to catch the leg of the telescope, which was mounted down, and able to hold on and not fall off the ship. Oh, dexterity save, not check. So we'll put a pause on that. We may have 2 misfits falling off.
I'm inside the ship, correct?
Yes.
All right, bet.
26, even better. As it jolts...
I went down poetically.
You did. As it jolts, Salora, you are able to just roll with it because you were laying on the ground on your little pillow fort. You are able to roll and come up in a ready stance. And you hear the cry of overboard as you swear you hear the sound of singing before the ship is immediately flung into this downward corkscrew. And as it tilts, you can see Samson just falling back, singing, as one does. Samson, on the second round of your falling, what would you like to do?
So gangster. How many rounds of falling do I get?
You don't know. You may pass out at a certain point because you're falling, from insanely too high. And instantly enough, as you clear about 10 feet away from the ship, you are hit by the actual winds that are up here. And the thinness of the air is hitting you too, as you are realizing that there may be something that's allowing you guys to be so unaffected by the altitude on the ship. And that is not the case out here. So you can keep falling, but it's thin air and you're falling fast.
All right. Fun police.
Live your life. Live your life, bro.
I'll work the giant eagle. You win.
Oh, Brian. As soon
Yes.
as he falls, can I send my Assad to grab him?
He was like 80 feet away before you would have seen him. Because first with the jolt, then you won't see him until the ship turns and starts nosediving to get him.
Oh, okay.
But I would say as you begin to start doing that, you see him polymorph.
Okay.
Wait, the ship was nose diving to get me?
Yeah, it was doing a nosedive corkscrew to have a typical force so no one falls off the ship, but to very quickly cover the distance of your fall. They're trying to.
Oh shit! Just let that happen.
Are you going to let that happen? You're not going to polymorph? It's your call.
When it's way more significant to the story of Samson.
So you're going to roll a dice on this? Well, I mean, you'll have other opportunities.
What would I roll?
Well, if you don't polymorph this round, you're going to roll a Constitution saving throw to see if you pass out or not. And you want to black out for the rest of the fall, but you're going to be blacked out for a moment until you save enough to wake up. And for those paying attention at home, which is the rest of the Misfits, this is more or less what will happen if you fall off the ship in combat when you all meet Azrael. to keep that in mind. Well, I mean,
What's
a lot of you guys can fly. There will be 2 rounds of falling where there won't be any issues with the altitude or the speed. Third round of falling, you have to start rolling to see if you pass out or not.
Mm-hmm.
And should you pass out, you will be blacked out for a duration. And you'll wake back up at some point, hopefully before you smack the very, very hard, watery surface impact of that and die.
So,
No, you can hit the ground when you fall off the sky and live.
Do you know how high up you guys are? They're not water. you're above water.
People fall out of the planes and live, Brian. Don't hate on us.
Did they hit the water?
They've hit
that's
a
what
lot
I
of
understand. The water is different.
Yeah. That's just a sheet of metal at that point. But so Samson, what are you doing? What's the plan here?
Samson sees the ship go into the nosedive to try and catch him. And he's looking over, and then as he sees this, he puts his head back as he's still falling, like laid out, arms and legs outstretched. And he's like, in the shallow, and just lets himself keep falling.
Okay.
He's gonna give his performance.
You are a chaotic son of a bitch. Okay, so
Far from the shallows now.
So-
below deck, right?
yes, so you are knocked against the wall. If you were asleep, you are now fucking awake. I'm not sure. It's midday or late afternoon, so I do believe you're awake. But you are knocked against the side of the ship, and you do hear the cries of overboard, and you can feel the ship turning and dropping. It's like being on a roller coaster.
Okay. Then Midas gets up and bolts to the top of the deck and yells, "Where?"
Okay, give me a dexterity saving throw as you're running on this very tilted, downward angled ship. Because you're running from... Let me see, are you guys in the front of the ship or the back of the ship where you're staying? You guys are in... You're in the back of the ship, so you are pretty much trying to save to not fall forward. You have to walk at a run, I guess, at a very... Dexterity saving throw. 15. Okay, so you managed to very easily navigate. Well, you managed to navigate running at this angle and up the steps.
That's what I do.
Okay. And as you come and you see everyone's looking the same way, grabbing ropes, have their arms wrapped to be at these angles and not fall and be able to move around well. You see the dreadnought running up on deck by the wheel and taking the wheel from
Midas grabs one of the ropes.
from Johar.
Whatever. He grabs one of the ropes and says, "Bitch, I'm going." Just dives down. Like a full on, like, puts his hands in front of him like he's going to a damn pool and dives with the rope.
So this is interesting. Has everyone seen the Pirates of the Caribbean movie Dead Man's Chest when they're in the whirlpool and they're just going like this around it and the ship's leaning like that pretty much?
I have not.
Okay, so essentially, based on this corkscrew down they're doing, as you jump, the ship is pretty much moving around you as it's descending as well.
It's like one of those carnival things.
Entirely like that.
Stuck to the wall.
Yeah, right.
It's entirely like that. So you are able to jump off and you are falling. And you can see it Samson once you get to the top deck and grab the rope. So seeing it Samson, are you still jumping?
Yeah.
Okay. You jump, and as you jump and leap, you see next to you, Theron has jumped as well, and he has a rope attached to his waist. And
So Midas smiles at Theron and is like, "Huh. Hello." Just keeps going towards Samson.
Theron's eyes are locked on Samson. He's in a full dive, keeping himself thin for aerodynamics. Okay, so the next round of this, Samson, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Why wouldn't I die for Samson? Just let him die?
Because he can fly. Because he can actively save himself.
I didn't know he could fly.
He can catch polymorph. Like, he
Oh,
can
yeah.
actively save himself is why I'm not sure if you're
I
gonna
wasn't
jump
even
after
thinking about
him. Yeah, that's dope though. So like, yo, he can save yourself, you asshole.
You said it's a what? Constitution saving
Constitution saving throw. Yeah. In the show, as you all watch Samson's body just go dead weight and start just flapping in the wind, as he is now spinning with it. And
Samson gets hit in the face with his loot, and so he loses control.
yeah, your stuff is just swinging about you, but luckily your loop is strapped onto you, so it's really just spinning and clocks you. But
It's circling me like Saturn's ring.
well, you're spinning too. So, but yeah, there's like a lot of spinning going on, and that makes it much more complicated for someone to grab you. But as the ship keeps coming down, and now for Theron and for Midas, the ship gets below your dive because it's propelled by magic and not simply gravity to fall. So as you have these ropes, they're actually starting to pull you down faster than you can fall to catch Samson's descent.
Okay.
You're probably you are 2 rounds away from being able to catch Samson at the speed of this. Is there anything you want to do to help the fall, or to slow his fall, or anything you want to do here to try to help this process?
When I get towards Samson, pretty much I want to go over and like catch him, and like not be still when I catch him. Pretty much just kind of fall with him and slow our fall the entire time.
Okay. So as you're doing that, you're preparing for that. Theron looks over to you, and he yells, "I need to jump off of you!"
To jump off of me? Then do whatever you need to do.
Theron glides his descent over to you, and he grabs you and then puts his feet pretty much on your chest, angles himself to face Samson, and give me a perception check with disadvantage really quick.
Perception with disadvantage. Okay. Where is my... Oh, I can just push it over? Oh, that's cool. $15 and 11.
11, okay. So, Theron puts his 2 feet on you and jumps off, and you're expecting, maybe a little bit of a closing the gap to Samson. Samson is currently 120 feet away. He jumps off of you and darts and closes the entire gap and grabs Samson.
Monk shit, I guess. Or no, he's not a monk, right?
He's not a monk.
Okay.
Not to your knowledge. Grab Samson as you're still being pulled, and it pushes you back a little bit, but you have your rope, so you're fine. Samson, who is knocked out. Let me make a check for him to see if he gets clocked by Samson's spinning loot or not. So as he's darting in, you see that everyone on the ship sees it, and you see this too, Midas. The loot is spinning faster and faster around Samson now. It's becoming an actual threat to
helicopter?
Dog. Yeah. So it is an actual danger, and potentially could knock someone else out if they come at this wrong. As Theron is coming in on this speeding bolt, as it were, he is able to, at the last second, take the sheath of his... Theron has 2 swords he keeps on his back on the ship now. He pulls one out, and he's able to parry away the spinning loot right before grabbing Samson and ducking pretty much into the orbit, so he's not going to get smacked by this spinning loot. Grabs Samson, puts the other sword away, and tries to position himself better to be able to hold Samson and try to kind of wake him up.
Did he damage my loot?
You don't know. But the next round comes. The ship is still keeping the corkscrew because there's not a very safe way to do this. But the crew members start going to the ropes and trying to pull both of you in. Actually, at this point, Midas.
Yeah. Midas says into one of the crew members' heads, "No need," and then like just flies up to the ship or flies down to the ship.
Yeah. Okay. So you get back to safety. And over the course of the next round, 2 rounds, they do it slowly so as not to mess anything up here. So they pull him in as the ship continues its corkscrew to keep the centrifugal force so the crew can stand on the ship without issue. And they are able to bring Samson back in. Samson, give me a Constitution saving throw as Theron is trying to wake you up. As you all being towed back in.
Have Theron smack the shit out of him to wake him up.
I mean, it's not a gentle slap to wake you up. So it isn't like he didn't punch you in the face. But
my man ain't give you no smelling salts. He just
no. He very much. Come on, up. And as you come awake, you see Theron is it's pretty much like, you know, parachuting with a guide. He's behind you, has you wrapped, and he's slapping you like that. Come on, up. And as you come up, he says, feet on deck, as you're very close to being to the deck soon.
Samson puts his feet out like a hawk would. Pump landing.
And you guys do the pretty much the parachute landing of just coming in, skid, hop. And you come to rest, and you see the dreadnought, who's doing the nosedive himself now in the corkscrew, begins to very carefully pull the ship out of the nosedive and very slowly bring it back to a level setting before he locks the wheel back in place to its regular form and gives it over to Johar and tells him, keep us here for now, as he comes down to check on you, Samson.
So Johar stabilized the ship now?
Yes, so the ship's back to the normal, you know, setting it should be on. You can walk on it just fine. But
that's pretty cool. You guys have ways to get people. Makes sense.
You'd be surprised how many drunken pirates fall off ships. It's a little more dangerous up here, so we've always ready, always vigilant.
Ropes.
And he pats Samson on the back. Congratulations, you have fallen off this ship.
Yeah, I thought I was going to end it way more poetically. I thought I had more time. I was going to sing until I was out of earshot, and then I was going to probably morph into a giant eagle, come back on deck. But
do you think people don't? The thing people do not think about is the thin air. It is hard to breathe when you fall, even more so when you're thousands of feet up.
You know,
Myers looks at Samson as saving spell slots. Oh,
Any response, Samson?
No, it was just all so strange. I was, mingling as I do when I happened to punt the. Where was I, Brian? It was the bird's nest.
No. You Metal Mouth was in the crow's nest. You were below. You could hear him singing from above.
Metal Mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And he was new, or no?
No, he works here. He works. He lives here. This is his ship. Well, he's a crew member. He was on top of the crow's nest singing, and you heard the singing from above.
This boy hit excess drugs.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So I say, out mingling. Up in the crow's nest. Metal Mouth singing. He's singing Shallow. which is pretty funny. But as he sang, more he got into it. That's when that gust of wind, those waves came. That's what knocked me overboard.
Okay.
Not sure Metal Mouth is on our side. But in the moment,
sabotage.
I thought, yes. But in the moment, I thought, what a poetic way to go out. I'm gonna make it look good, and then, and with my way out of this shit, I'm just gonna transform to a giant ape. Like I said, in that time.
Huh?
Giant eagle is what he meant to say.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, what did I say?
Ape.
Come on, you want to go faster?
I'm gonna fall faster.
I'm gonna make a big ass hole on the ground.
They're gonna see me.
See me. Oh shit.
As you guys are talking, you do hear the Dreadnought climbing up the rope to the crow's nest, yelling at Metal Mouth. I told you once, I told you twice, Metal Mouth. You pay attention. Metal Mouth is leaning down at the captain. I'm sorry, Captain. I was attempting to get lost in the music, like I have seen Samson and Nella do. And the rest of it is lost to the wind and the yelling.
My sister, Samson, why do you think it was sabotage?
Just, it seemed like it was a focus, a spell, because as he got into it, that's when the wind got to whipping, and I know how spells like that could work. But listen, man, I'm not here. I'm just giving my opinion on things and giving out options. I'm not trying to say I'm right about it.
Right.
Eventually, the Dreadnought does come back down. He looks annoyed. Comes over and he says, "Again, my apologies, Samson. I suppose I forgot to inform you all that Metal Mouth is the reason why we can fly so high for so long without any effects to ourselves. As the air is quite thin up there, but as you've noticed, we're not affected. Nor is the ship at the mercy of his irregular winds. But when he loses focus, his protection wanes, and we can get hit with the gusts. And to go from the effects of the wind when you had none is very jarring on the ship. I would say it will not happen again, but I cannot guarantee."
Interesting. So Metal Mouth is constantly casting spells up there.
I am not exactly sure how he does it. He spent many, I want to say years. I do not know how old he is, nor how long he stayed there. I found him amongst the sand druids of Veridis. To my knowledge, he may have some Jewish abilities. But he does something to allow us this travel. Otherwise, it would also be very cold up here. He does a number of things, and he does not need to sleep, so it works.
In our heads, just seems. Probably not sabotage then.
Yeah, I was wrong.
Oh, which reminds me, I forgot in the recap to mention that. Well, no, I guess no one noticed it but Solora that X had been knocked out of the group thought. But no one noticed it or brought it up, and that was last session, and you went to sleep since then.
It's really why the only reason why X didn't do just now.
Didn't do what?
Didn't say something in the mind connection about are all misfits okay or going over. Okay.
Oh, well, it's on. It's up again now. It's a new day, and Samson casts it every hour on the hour, unless he says otherwise. So now it is back up. You're only out of it when Farron, the Farron situation.
Well, X did ask then. Wanted to ask.
you can say it now, or you could have said it during the whole.
There was a lot of stuff going on up there. It felt like all misfits okay.
Yeah, we're good at.
Back to my supreme meditation.
All right. Dreadnought goes back to his room. A little annoyed. A little annoyed. He taps Johan on the shoulder, giving him some praise for getting the ship in the corkscrew so quickly. And he does say to you all, we are going to slowly climb back up to the hatch we were at. All in all, this will most likely cost us a day of travel. So I'm afraid we are still 4 days out from your dragon. So that cost a day of travel. That's the first time you guys have lost a day.
As we leave the meeting, Samson wants to say to Solara.
There wasn't a meeting. It was just on deck, so I'm not sure where Solara is.
Oh, was Solara there for that talk on deck?
I don't think Solara...
Michelle's checking for right now. Just want to let y'all know that.
Oh.
Okay.
Damn.
Mm-mm.
If it's something important, I can tell her.
No, that's fine.
I wanted to ask her if we should be looking out for her dad, because it seems like there's a lot of stuff going on with his ship that he doesn't know.
All right, go on 1 second.
And this could be in the group thought, because you guys could always just have that communicate easily.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you.
So, Chris, when you say, well, no, when you ask the Lord, like, are you just generally saying there's a lot of stuff to look out for, or?
I'm saying,
like, what do you say exactly? I'll put it that way.
With what happened, with what X just told us with Darren.
Mm-hmm.
Now with this, and I still believe Metal Mouth is working against the father. Do you think it's best that we look out for him as well as he's looking out for us? Because there might be an underside to this ship that he's not really privy to. These are all pirates, for God's sake.
The floor nods her head. Then she says, you know, why not? Just, you can ask him. I mean, you know, we can see what he knows.
Okay.
I just think that we should try to, it might not be as easy for you, but to the whole group, everybody, I think we should be trying to get as much inside information that the Dreadnought wanted to as possible.
When you say
start
enough
looking,
inside information is what? I'm sorry.
just so basically my theory is that this dude was up in the Raven's nest, casting
Crow's nest.
spell. Crow's nest, whatever. Dog is a bird.
Baltimore.
Casting the spell, and like the Dreadnought said, they want to be able to do what they do without it. But no, I still think this is different. And we just need to put our ear to the deck. I guess there's no streets.
I think this is you being
Is this making any sense?
I think you're being paranoid, but I mean, I guess.
I am.
I just don't.
I am.
I wouldn't say we bring anything to the dreadnought, though. We don't want to insult him and his command over his crew. You better have something solidly solid. Better be Metal Gear solid. Solid as a Metal Gear. If you're gonna bring it to the dreadnought.
Well, I'm not saying you bring it to the dreadnought.
I know you telling us to be Scooby Doo and shit mystery mobile.
Jinkies.
All right, keep it ear out.
All right. Well, the day continues and comes to an end unless there's anything anyone else wants to do.
All right, Assad wants to go over to Metal Mouth.
Okay. Middle Mouth is up on the crow's nest still, hanging out.
Okay, so I say, hello, Metal Mouth. How are you?
Oh, hello, Assad. I am fine. How are you?
Doing well. Is it difficult to do what you do to make these wind bubbles?
It's not difficult for me, no.
Oh, okay. It's a very seems like a very complex task. Very impressive.
I am superior to humanoids, so it's not complex for me, but it would be almost impossible for you, maybe.
Oh, is it an arcane ability?
Yes, it is. It is arcane.
It is?
Yes.
It is arcane. Okay. Okay, so you can cast high level. Okay, it must be high level arcane. Okay. Oh. Now, is it continue anything? How long does it last for?
Why do you ask?
I couldn't hear you, Brian.
Why do you ask?
Oh, I just was working with was it Cateman or something like that?
Cadman.
Cadman. I was working with Cadman on the sail, so I'm just getting familiar with the ship and how it works, and seeing if I could help you out in any way or learn anything.
What I do is very specialized. I do not think you could do it, as I mentioned. It is a continual thing. I am able to overlap some things that I'd rather keep to myself, if that is okay.
Yeah, that's no problem at all. It's no problem at all. Just was curious on how it was working and stuff like that. And, working the cells are pretty cool too. So I'm learning a lot.
Mm-hmm. They are of utmost importance, I find.
Yes. Do you mind company up here, or?
Not at all. You're welcome to sit or stand.
Okay.
I can talk as much or as little as you would like.
Okay. Well, what's your most favorite memory of being on, this ship?
Oh, memories. I have perfect recall of my memories. My favorite one, and he thinks for a moment. I attempted a practical joke on the Cadman. I took one of his sails and I draped it off the side of the ship instead of where it's supposed to be here, and waited to see how long it would take for him to notice. He noticed quite quickly, and he did not find it funny. But I've often found that you humanoids like to hide people's possessions sometimes. And so I thought that would be funny. It was not. But I enjoyed the experience and the learning.
Wow. So, did you enjoy making him mad?
It was not my intention to make him mad. I wanted to make him happy with laughter.
Oh.
He laughed eventually when he realized, as he put it, I don't understand jokes.
Was that funny to you?
Less so. Though I do find people take amusement out of my misunderstandings with you all.
Oh, okay. It's an interesting way to put it. Interesting way to live, also.
Well, I've lived a long life. I am used to it.
Right. Okay. That's cool. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'll just hang out with you for right now.
All right. And he kind of goes over to the side and leans off, just kind of looking out at the vista, as it were, as the sun is setting on this day.
Mine's is going to go to Dreadnought.
Okay. You find him in his office.
How you doing? The Broomstone that makes these things fly. Is it like off? I forget the word. Like off limits for me to go see it?
Oh, why there too? He looks at you. Technically, no. It is one of the secrets of the sea, though. Maybe convince me a little more. I know you are quite magical, and I'm not fully comfortable with letting magical people around it.
I mean, I don't think I could do anything with it. But
it is not so much you're harming the material. Once you have seen it, you would have the ability to attempt to locate it.
That's not currently in my repertoire. I guess I could possibly add that, but all right. No, not looking for that necessarily. Just wanted to know what makes these things fly. How they fly. What's special about it? See it, touch it, if possible. It's pretty cool stuff. And I am also a seaman myself.
How so?
I have a shipping business. Don't rob me, Dreadnought.
He smiles and laughs. I will admit, it crossed my mind. You did
I
not.
don't have much for you to rob. I just started the shit. Why are you gonna rob me?
Well, I find entrepreneurs who take to the sea usually are good targets for robbing.
Yeah, messing with me. And I also grew up, in a seafaring town. So, the water, fishing, stuff like that. That's in my wheelhouse. But the whole flying ship thing, and I can fly, of course, but flying in the sea, well, those are two different things. That's just very interesting to me.
This ship is quite fascinating. I fell in love with it when the first time I saw it.
And then you stole it, didn't you?
That is a story for another time, perhaps.
I'd like to hear it.
One day, maybe, Mattis, if we survive the dragon.
Survive. Yeah. You better survive.
I am certain I will.
And I'm certain I will.
There we go. We are both two certain gentlemen. And roll persuasion for me, too, on seeing the Broomstone.
Yep, I was about to bring it back there. It's about that Broomstone, buddy.
24. He leans back in the chair, relaxing a bit, and he says, "While I find it is not good policy to trust people, I have seen your face. I know your friends. You know my daughter. I could potentially let you see the Broomstone. Tell me, did Stavon give you the whole spiel about not recreating it, not making flying ships of your own?"
Yeah, he gave us some kind of spiel. He told us what state went on and where he told us state where he told us so. I can't really let up too much of what he said, but he gave us a spiel.
And I will give you the short one. Flying ships are ours, and by ours I mean the pirates. They will stay ours, and any attempt to take them or recreate them leads to death. Guaranteed.
How do I become a pirate?
He smiles. You rob somebody at sea, and you'll join a crew.
What if I want to start my own crew and rob people?
Or you can do that too. But you will not be officially sanctioned at first.
Officially sanctioned to be a pirate? Oh, wow, that's something else.
Well, if you're just an upstart pirate, there aren't really rules. You can just be a pirate. That's fine. You can make your name for yourself. That's fine.
I thought that's the whole point of a pirate. You got fucking sanctioning boards for pirates now?
Well, we do have our own territories and our own lands, and anyone can come, but the sanctioned ones get privileges.
I got you.
There's certain information that we like to keep in our own fold.
Okay. All right, that makes sense.
There are many upstart pirates when they're young, and they decide they not like their life, so we don't want them having our secrets. We like to give people an opportunity to change career paths.
I understood. So if one were to become an upstart pirate, start his own crew, how could you get sanctioned that way?
In that circumstance, hold on, let me grab this name really quick.
The name is Playoff Lenny.
You must make your way to Freeport's anchorage and stake your claim as a pirate.
Okay. Let me write this down.
And you will be aware, Myers, that is in Rishquib.
Yep, I know that.
Okay.
To the Broomstone, then?
He smiles. My days, I am a busy man. I do not have time to show people around. I shall...
Also, when you stake your claim as a pirate there, say you're a pirate, what happens? Besides a room of people, I'm guessing, laugh at your ass.
Oh, yes, the first thing is they laugh at you. The second thing is they test you. And the third thing is we see if you are alive or not.
Those second two things are very vague. What do you mean?
He smiles. I think you will find the pirate life is very vague. Most of it is chasing old maps, old stories, taking risk. The pirate test is one of the unknown. It is a risk. If you're not ready to risk, you are not ready to be a pirate.
Risk is all I know.
I am sure. If you go find Tyrone and tell him I said it was okay, he can show you the Broomstone.
All right. So Midas makes his way to Theron.
All right, Theron is he's on deck by the wheel, hanging out with Johar.
And Midas approaches, and he said, "Hello, fellas. Mr. Bag of Tricks over here. What was that whole thing? The kickoff?
Just something I've learned in my days on ships. Momentum and stuff.
Stuff. Yeah, I think it was a lot more stuff than momentum.
I'm not sure what you mean, but I am glad I was able to help Samson.
Yeah. We would have got him either way, but it was a good way to get to him. I was just talking to the Dreadnought, and he told me that it was okay if you showed me the Broomstone.
Really? Well, all right. Let me just check in with him all the same. No offense.
Yeah. All taken. I'm always offended.
Perfect. So we've changed nothing.
Exactly.
I'll be right back. And he does go around to the Dreadnought's office and comes back a few minutes later. All right, I'll show you it. I do ask you not to touch it.
Oh, I won't
and
touch it. All right.
Refrain from casting.
Yeah, I won't cast around it. You guys are making this not as fun, but it's cool. I'll still get to see it.
All right, let's stay together. Do not wander. And
Right.
he says jokingly, which he thought was funny. And he leads you down below.
And I'm like, if Mike's in his head, he's like, I'm about to get X'd. Starts laughing to himself out loud, though.
Which, coincidentally enough, you all go into the same exact area.
Oh, that's funny.
So as you do make your way down, at the top he says, can you see in the dark?
Can I see in the dark? Yeah.
It's not light. It's not lit down there, just making sure. And as you come down, let me grab you. Well, I'm gonna bring
Who
it.
can't?
The humans.
Punk ass humans.
As he brings you down, he goes through a set of double doors and he takes out some keys and turns a few locks. And he says, can you turn around?
Mice does like a twirl.
Haha, I see. Can you face your back to me?
Oh, you mean for an extend? I thought you were gonna do like some fast shit. All right. He faces his back to him.
Okay, and he does something else before you hear the doors open.
Mm.
You may turn back around.
Mice moonwalks.
I'm not going to sit out here forever by this.
Okay, fine. And he turns around and walks in.
And in this room, you see 5 very large, glowing, pulsating broomstone. They are shaped. These are shaped like cylinders. They are about. All right, Greg. Greg's out. Everybody, he's going to sleep.
All right.
They are shaped like they're like barrels for the most part, shape-wise and size. They are about 4 feet high, about 2 feet in diameter, maybe a little bigger than that. No, I would say 4 by 4. They are spaced out accordingly, and you can see half of them are above the deck, and the other half goes through it underneath. And they are
4 by 4 in front of me, but it could be more underneath.
correct. There is a gold ring around each cylinder that seems to be keeping it in place where it is.
Okay.
Theron says, this is the Broomstone. It allows the ship to be weightless. How we fly.
It's interesting. You only need to put it on one side of the ship. It doesn't have to like be spread throughout.
Oh no, follow me. And he closes the doors and take you to the other end of the ship. And in the rear of the ship,
were there? There were 5.
5 in there. And here in the back, there are 10 more. Nope, 8 more. So in the front, we only have the 1 installation. In the back, we have 2. And back here, you see 2 hatches as well.
What's in the hatch?
That just leads to sky.
Ah. What? Interesting. Why?
Well, in some combat situations, we like to get above other people.
Ah. But right in the room where the broomstone is, what if someone, flies their way up through your hatch and they're right in where your broomstone is?
Broomstone is incredibly durable. It wouldn't matter much. They'd fly to their deaths.
Ah, I got you. Since I can't touch it, can you touch it?
Yes, and he reaches over and touches it. It's just a crystalline material. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't affect you. It's not affected by you.
Oh, it doesn't feel like a certain way?
It's smooth.
Like
it's
blowing and shit, so.
it's smooth. It's a little warm to touch.
Oh,
Not dangerous by any means. It cannot burn you.
Smooth and warm to touch. And how much is below the deck?
About the even amount. What you see down here is matched below, as above, so below.
So, 8 foot by 4. Gosh, damn, these shits are big. Hmm. 4 foot of broomstone. Below. I guess floorboards. Because we are below deck.
This is the cargo hold, so it's the lowest part of the ship.
And that's pretty cool. My eyes just kind of looking around at the stuff. And nope, that's all. I know when to cast. I could cast without him knowing. Oh, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna respect what they asked me for.
Okay.
Can I roll insight on the stuff he was saying to me though?
Yeah. Okay. What are you looking for as far as the information?
Just like what happens when he touches it, and like, I guess like how much they have, like how big it is and stuff like that. That's all.
Okay.
If he's telling the truth, I don't. Insight. Yep, he's telling the truth.
Yeah, it's pretty forthright. You're pretty focused in on seeing this for the first time, being so interested. So you're not paying full attention to how he's saying things, but you're gathering all the knowledge and take it at his word.
Oh, thanks for showing me this. I've never seen it. Probably the last time I see it in my life.
All right, Terrence. Terrence is out too. Not the problem. It is quite interesting to see, and it is always fascinating to know how something works, especially when your life depends on it.
Mm-hmm.
And he,
like small broomstone rocks that you give up for like souvenirs. Like you can't do anything. Make like maybe a toy ship fly, but that would be cool. But that's all. Then Maya starts to walk out.
All right. As you do, you hear the sound of his sword leaving the sheath. No, he does just walk back up.
I said it's bad for him.
But as you begin to make your way through, he does say, "How's X doing? Did he ever wrap his leg?
I don't know. He's being a little punk in that room.
Oh, well, do be careful. He cut himself down here. These things hold weapons and such, and they're very sharp.
All right. Mice is like, look, like, just kind of while he's walking through,
Mm-hmm.
he's being very perceptive of everything he's kind of just seeing. He's like making a mental note. Like where X would have cut himself, if he sees anything that might have blood on it, like any of that mess.
Roll a perception check.
And I want to roll insight on Darren's bullshit lies because I know they're lies. I know X.
Oh, that he cut himself?
Yep. It's a 20
Okay.
on insight, and perception is. Perception is a 3, though. I'm not seeing anything.
Okay, okay. So you are, in this moment, much more focused on Theron and what he's saying. Now that he's brought up the situation that happened. You know for a fact X did not cut himself incidentally. Nothing in here, you just happen to be poking out of a bag. But, as Theron tells you that is what happened, you find yourself believing him. He's not lying. When he says that X cut himself or something sticking out, he's telling the truth. As far as you believe.
Mine's like, and so in my head, my inner dialogue, pretty much, mine's like, yeah, I know your sword was sticking out, and he definitely got cut on that shit. So you could say something like that. Very interesting the way you word things. And so mine's like, he says well, X can't see in the dark, and I can. So.
Oh well, I gave him a lantern, so he did have the ability to see. It was just some clumsiness on his part. Hopefully, he's learned a lesson.
Yeah, that guy. He learns lessons the hard way, of course. And he would have to cut himself to learn something. This dumbass won't just listen to you when you tell him that.
Well, we all learn differently, don't we?
Mike says, yeah, I learned by just breathing in air, and all the knowledge just comes straight to me.
That's a fascinating trick. I'll have to learn it.
No, it's my trick. Nobody else knows how to do that in the universe ever. You can't learn it there. It's too specialized. Sorry to let you down like that, buddy.
Oh, that's quite all right. I guess I have to do it the old-fashioned way of realistically learning things and not pretend. Right up the steps.
You should run up the steps?
You said right up the steps as you all begin making your way up. I hope it was
going to say something, but felt fulfilled with the comeback.
I hope it was everything you wanted it to be.
I didn't particularly want it to be anything but actual Broomstone down there, and that was pretty cool. It's the first time I've ever seen it.
I'm very surprised he let you see it. It's not something that we show off.
What am I going to do? I mean, you guys got rules about it. Like, you know.
Yes, we have rules about it, Midas, but it's just... Well, I'm sure you're a very fine person. I did not know that our rules would matter to you.
I follow rules that make sense.
And that's it right there, isn't it? Perspective. Subjection. I understand too. I follow rules that I think make sense.
We said two different things. Then Mike's like, but I can see what you mean.
Well, do enjoy the rest of your night. I'm going to go back to my conversation with Johar.
Yeah. Have a cappuccino if you're staying up late. It's like a coffee, except for it's watered down a little bit.
Understood. And do just make sure X stays off that leg for maybe a day.
A day? Damn, that's pretty fast healing. I'll wrap it for him. Change his bandages.
Good friend.
Probably about getting hurt.
And he kind of chuckles as he makes his way back up to the top deck.
All right. This is our quarters.
No, this is the little area before it. This is pretty much where the crew sleeps. There's a bunch of beds. Further down is the quarters.
Okay, because I thought a bunch of people were standing out there with like knives and stuff, ready to say, "Move out, you little bitches."
There are people down here, and they're all kind of just going past and about their business.
So as I'm walking by people, I'm like, "Good job, good job. I see what you're doing. I appreciate it."
Yeah, thanks.
Somebody says, not everybody always gets appreciated for their work, and I appreciate the stuff you guys are doing. So, just letting you know.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you. Yeah, people don't always say thanks. I appreciate it.
He keeps going, and he goes into the room with X.
Mm.
And he's going to have a conversation with X next time.
Okay.
And he's going to tell Solara to come in, too. Or no, they're all in their minds, right? So he's going to tell them both pay attention, or everybody to pay attention, but specifically X and Solara.
For the coming conversation?
Yep. He's like, hey, everybody, you can listen in, but X Solara, I need to talk to you too.
Okay. So we will shoehorn that for the next session.
Yep. And I'm done what I need to do for the night.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember.
Huh?
It's just me and Chris at this point. Jenna might still be here. I don't know.
Man. we are down most of everyone though, so I think what we will do is we will wrap it early. Do you want the conversation to be the same day, or can it be the next day?
I would like it to be the same day, but I don't think it should have any effect on like us moving on to the next day. I mean, maybe they want to do stuff though, so I don't know.
All right, well, it'll be the same day. Say again.
I agree with that.
Okay.
Right there.
So we'll do that then. I'll save the dice roll for the next day. Oh no, someone just roll a d10 for me, and we'll have that in the pocket.
Who rolled last time? That was your bum ass roll, Chris?
No, it was Nashawn, I think, who rolled last time.
Hey, Jenna, roll.
Yeah, Jenna.
They rolled two somehow.
We'll take the first number that pops up then. Actually, no, roll again, because you don't want to. We'll see what you get.
Everybody get your motherfucker.
A 4.
Okay. Let's see what happens.
Okay,
It
yeah.
was a 7 and an 8 though the first time.
Well, it's not going by the total number. I have a random chart, so it just goes. You're rolling for the chart, so they're not.
It's not bad to roll up.
Correct. It's not where you're just random.
It's random, yeah.
So,
be good.
Yeah, we'll see next session if it was or not.
Oh no.
We rolled up and down the board. We haven't gotten to 4 yet, so.
Yes, it's the first time this came up, but it'll be cool. We'll see. You guys made great timing the first part of this trip, so you are 4 days away from Azrael. And
that was fun. Below Deck with Theron.
That was.
Whole series. Below Deck with Theron. Everybody gets their chance.
I'm going to say, everyone gets to go down there. That was a fun little session.
Yeah, that was funny. Samson falls off the boat and is fucking singing the whole way down. Like, what are you doing, bro?
Like what? Like because I had Nashawn roll for which misfit was going to fall off.
Oh wow!
And because I had him roll twice last week, and that was why, to see who fell. And it just ended up being Samson. I'm like, oh well, he can just poof himself back, so that's not as fun as if it had been. I guess no, because X and Shadow Step. Well, he can miss a step. He'd been fine too. It would have to have been Solara or Assad.
Can't she do some kind of Misty step too? Doesn't she have one?
No.
She doesn't? I thought she had Misty, not Shadow.
I don't think she has either. She thought she did, but I don't. I believe we straightened it out that she does not. But well, there was also a chance it could have been a regular crew person and not one of the Misfits.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, but had Samson just like flown, it would not have ate a day. Because
Wow, you asshole. Guys playing around.
Because the nosedive.
Interesting. So yeah, step of the win. That's something different. She had slow fall though, so she could have slowly fell. I don't know what that means. Or is it feather fall where you actually slow down?
Feather fall slows you down.
Okay. Slow fall just reduces damage, and she'd have died from that height anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. All she can pretty much slow fall for monks is doing a superhero landing, where you're just not hurt as much by you as you would have been. Like for her, she can reduce 50 points off a fall.
Okay.
So she can fall from pretty fucking high and be fine.
Cool.
Let's see.
They ain't tried to lie.
He didn't try to lie.
He told the truth, but didn't tell the truth. He told the truth and then the truth.
Well, see, that's what's fascinating about it, because you had a decent insight. Although you had a bad insight check on it. What was your?
I had a great insight check on it. Bad perception to see what was around. I had a 20, a natural 19.
Right. So you rolled a 20 on it, and to clarify, Marion clarified it well. You did not get the impression he was talking around it. You didn't get the impression he was saying a half truth. You got the impression he wasn't lying. Like it's pretty much like if someone had punched Chris in the face, and they're saying to you, "Oh, I didn't punch him in the face. He hit the door. He ran into a doorknob." And you know for a fact, because Chris told you, he punched me, but he's in your face saying, "Oh, yeah, the doorknob happened." And you know it's not true, but he's not lying to you. You have no inclination that he's lying to you, except for the fact that you believe X.
I don't know how it works. Like how would square that away in real life?
It's weird. He's a better liar than anyone you've ran into before.
Right.
So I'm not.
You better Oshindo?
Yeah. Well, I feel like you would have caught Oshindo in lies before, because you grew up with him. But you don't know. I mean, again, it's the first time you've really been around Than for an extended period of time. And again, he's telling you a bold-faced lie. You can't detect you can't tell he's lying. You know the facts but if you didn't, it'd just be, wow, X is clumsy. I guess it'd be like, I'm trying to think like in real life when you would come across someone lying like that and not be able to tell they're lying at all. I don't know, because it's like, because even with that insight, and because you grew up with a Shindo, you're really good at reading body language, and there are no signs at all. And it's not even like, sociopath, they have no feelings. It's straight up charismatic, simply talking to regular conversation and lying. But I am not sure how to square that away narratively, I guess, or how you receive it.
I'm just trying to think of like in real life, if my kid told me something, and I'm like, Saeed, not going to lie about this.
Yes.
Like, there's one thing, he's not going to lie about this shit. He's not going to make this shit up. It makes no sense for him to lie about it. And then to also ask the person, and then they seem like they're telling me the truth. Like, I think I would just believe Saeed. Like, I'd be like, nah, man, fuck you. Like,
I would say based on the level of his lie, Theron's convincing with it too.
I don't say I'll probably go back. I think my natural thing to do will go back and question X, but read X's mind while I question.
Okay. Yeah. Because again,
and then actually press in and ask when he tells me he's not lying, because I know he's going to say he's not lying, right? Then press in and like, why are you lying to me? Because I asked there, and then at that point if I can detect no lie from X, then I'm like, no, Theron's a liar.
And see, this is why it's tricky for you and for Shalom, because you both rolled high on your insights. So, and you're both good at this. So, knowing that you are looking for the lie, and knowing that you did a great job trying to find the lie, and then having someone convincingly tell you that the story's different, it's fascinating. I don't know how. That's not a fun place to be.
No, that's not fun, but I think that's the only way that I probably could square it and actually believe X is to press into X's head, like forcibly press in, and then find out if he's lying. Now, if I can't press in, if he beats the wisdom save, then hey, I probably think he's lying. I guess I don't know.
Well, I mean, he can
fail it.
He'll get the roll. No, he'll get the roll persuasion too, and he can fail it on purpose if he wants. So I mean, he could, again, he could run into the same situation of if he rolls like a natural 20 persuasion, you believe him fully. You can still do the mind read, but you're gonna come back believing him again. Like, yeah, that's why it's so.
Yeah, but if I believe him and I believe Theron, I'm going to believe him.
Yeah, that's your plan.
Yeah, it's like, Theron's a good liar.
Yeah,
so Laura probably
believe
Theron.
Well, it's hard. That's a hard spot she's in.
Laura probably believed Theron because that's the dude who raised her.
Yeah, but that's a crazy lie to tell for X, though. That's the thing. So I think she hasn't talked to him about it after talking to X yet. So that conversation will probably, determine how she takes that, because she got the lie from Theron before she got the truth from X. So for her, she had to judge what X said on the basis of this person who raised her telling her how X got hurt. Then X saying, "That's not how I got hurt. This is how I got hurt." So, yeah, it sucks. It sucks. It's a very interesting wrinkle to the Theron attack. That I didn't.
I basically couldn't roll high enough to tell if he was lying anyway. So I rolled a 19 naturally. So I could only roll one more higher, and I'm pretty sure that wasn't the DC. So.
Well, it's not. It's contested. It's against his roll for deception.
Oh, so he rolls too.
He's actively lying, so he is rolling deception when you guys ask him about these things.
Man, well, I know the game.
Huh?
I said I know the game, the lying game. I've lied to people straight up before. Shit, man.
Yeah.
Damn, you good. Game recognized game. I might have to tell him that. Game recognized game, Theron. After we do everything, and when I walk away, game recognized game.
It's great. It's great. I am really glad Theron's gets to play with you guys. I guess is the best way to describe it. Because he's fun. He can do some things.
Everybody high up likes to fuck with us for some reason. So.
Well, I mean,
it's not new. So like it's not like it's oh, you too? Okay, cool.
Well,
cool.
Theron's not fucking with you. Theron, defended himself when he thought an attack on his life was coming, and he's just covering his tracks for that. Why should he not lie about it? Like, I'm very confused about why he should say, "Yeah, I could have killed X and almost did."
Just say, "Yo, I fucked your boy because I thought he was trying to kill me." Clearly, he's not, so I let him live.
That's X's business to tell, and X did. And you didn't ask him, to be fair. He offered the lie up, and you just went with
that's
it.
The other part, though. Like, nigga, ain't nobody asked you to lie to me right now. that's the part that I thought was strange. Like, I was like, I don't want to get into this below deck conversation with him, though. But I was like, it's interesting that you brought that up. Like, that's what I was thinking. It's interesting you just brought that up randomly. That is a telltale sign of somebody that did something wrong. You just fucking voluntarily bringing random shit up. Like, don't hurt yourself down here. This X, bruh. Like, we coming out of the room with the broomstone. You still talking about X hurting himself? Dog, we good. I told you I could see in the dark.
No, it's fun. It's fun. Theron's Theron.
Yeah, my kid, this shit is hilarious. I got him on the monitor, right? So we do what's it called? Wheels on a bus. How you do with your arms, like Jerome Bettis used to do too. So I send Wills on a bus to him, right? And he does like the little arm thing, and he does a whole bunch of movements. But I see him; he's sleeping in bed, right? Sits up, starts making like a little noise, like he needs somebody to come in the room, and he starts doing the wheel on the bus thing. And then I walk upstairs to get him. I look in the room; he's laying down asleep with the pacifier in his mouth. I'm like, yo, what is this dude doing? He just woke up out the street. I mean, out of sleep and started doing the wheels on the bus. Then went to sleep.